This golden opportunity. We thank God for our president, our leader, and certainly to all of our pastors and preachers and our co-laborers who are with us on today. We thank God for all of you. Amen. We can give the benediction now. Amen. Amen. These fellows have preached from the depths of their hearts. Pray with me for just these few moments that we have to share. Luke 23, verse 46. And when Jesus had cried with a loud voice, he said, Father, into thy hands I commend my spirit. Having said thus, he gave up the ghost. The story is told of a father who was observing some kids playing and putting together a puzzle. An hour, 2 hours went by, and the children still had problems putting together the puzzle. The children became frustrated, angry, because they could not put the puzzle together. Finally, the father looked over and called his son and said, Son, I need you to go and help them put the puzzle together. The son went and, in a matter of 2 minutes, put the puzzle pieces together. Children looked at this young man and said, how is it that we have been wrestling, struggling with putting these pieces together all day long? In a matter of minutes, you come along and put the puzzle together. The son looked up with a smile on his face. He said, it's because my daddy had the picture in his mind. And I don't know about you tonight, but that looks like Calvary on tonight. You and I have been frustrated. We have been busy trying to put the pieces together. But the son put the pieces together because the father had the picture of salvation in his mind. I'm happy to report on this evening, brothers and sisters, that he died. We really could give the benediction right now over the fact that he, in fact, did die. I ought to have some more amens than that today. This is Good Friday, isn't it? And somebody knows on today that he died. That's not the response I was looking for. Let me sing it one more again. Is there anybody in here on this afternoon knows that Jesus died? But according to the text says that Jesus said, Father, I commend my spirit to you. Here's the first point I want to make, brothers and sisters, that Jesus died voluntarily. Let the church say voluntarily. He says, Father, I commend, I give my spirit to you. It was Jesus that said in John 15:13, greater love hath no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friend. Jesus died voluntarily. John 10:18 says, no man takes my life from me. I have the power to lay it down, and I've got the power to take it up again. Somebody in here knows today that he gave his life voluntarily so that we could live victoriously. Is there anybody in here who don't mind testifying that I can face tomorrow because he lived? My fear is gone because he lives. Somebody knows today that he died voluntarily. But look at the text. The text says, Father, I commend my spirit unto you. Here's the second point I want to make, brothers and sisters, that not only did Jesus die voluntarily, but he died vicariously. He died as a substitute. He died in my place. He settled my debt. Let me say that one more time. He died in my place. He settled my debt. Isaiah 53:5 said he was wounded for our transgressions. He was bruised for my iniquities. The reason why that you and I could not die for ourselves is because the load was too heavy, the penalty was too hard, the scene was too horrific. Anybody know on the day that Jesus paid it all? All to him I owe. Sin hath left a crimson stain. He's washed me white as snow. Somebody didn't get it in this section. He paid it all. All to him I owe. Sin had left a crimson stain. He washed me whiter than snow. He died vicariously. But in the text, he says, Father, I commend my spirit unto you. Nobody takes my life. I lay my life down. He died voluntarily. He died vicariously. But then here's the third point, brothers and sisters. He died viciously. Let the church say viciously. Jesus endured tremendous physical suffering for us to purchase our salvation, but it came with a heavy price. Come here for just a little bit closer, brothers and sisters, because they tied my Lord to a pillar and beat him with sticks over and over again. He was scourged. He was whipped with iron balls. Sharp sheep bones would be tied at the end with metal. He scourged, and every hit caused bruising and contusions, and the metal cut out through the skin and the muscles. Pieces of his flesh was torn apart. With every hit came out chunks of flesh. His flesh was torn wide open, causing severe bleeding. Let me tell you, he died viciously. His body was full of open wounds. It was painful. His energy drained. As a result of the pain, he lost blood, which makes it very hard to work. Then they caused our Lord to walk down the Via Dolorosa with a 100-pound crossbeam on his shoulder. I tell you, he died viciously. He was stripped. His clothes was taken off of him. He was humiliated. Iron spikes were then put in his wrist and his feet. I tell you, he died viciously. Death would surely come from the scourging, and from asphyxiation he would have to take his shallow breaths so that he could breathe. He had to lift himself up off the cross. Every time he had to utter a word, the open wounds on his back were being felt rubbing against that old rugged cross. I'm here to tell you, he died viciously. He gives 7 last words from the cross, lifting up himself